following program contains the opinions of its host and guests, not those of this network. The opinions expressed are for non-commercial informational purposes only. Listeners are cautioned not to rely on program content to treat or prevent disease, but are advised to consult with a licensed healthcare professional where they live for diagnosis and treatment of disease.
And now, the superstar of alternative health and purveyor of medical truth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
And good afternoon, friends. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. Pharmacist Ben here, sitting in for Dr. Wallach, and thanks so much for joining us on the DDDL show. Great to have you with us. We'll be taking your phone calls here in just a little bit at the bottom of the hour, and we do have lots of lines open for you. If you've tried to reach us before and gotten that busy signal, now's the time to call 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080, or 888-379-2552, 888-379-2552, toll free. Got lines open for you if you have questions about medications, prescription drugs, supplements, the longevity products, the longevity business, or if you just have a comment or a success story, we'd love to hear from you. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552, toll free. I am Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements in my practice where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs. That's because I look at the human body as a healing system, a regenerating system that is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. I thought we'd start off the program today talking about something we've all heard about, but perhaps not recognized as the, capital T, the key element in health and wellness, or the lack thereof. It's a process called inflammation. We've all heard the word inflammation, but I don't think it really hits us when we hear this word, and we hear it all the time, how important it is when it comes to health or the lack thereof. Inflammation is the unifying feature behind all chronic illness, from cancer to heart disease to arthritis to autoimmunity to acne and skin problems, eczema, psoriasis. It's all about inflammation. Wherever there is a disease, wherever there's a long-term, chronic, progressive, degenerative disease, which makes up 80% of our healthcare misery and healthcare costs, wherever there is a long-term, chronic, progressive, degenerative illness, you will find inflammation. And this is why among the best-selling of all drugs are the anti-inflammatories, particularly what they call the NSAIDs, N-S-A-I-D-S, the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, N-S-A-I-D-S. Every year, 70 million prescriptions for these non-steroidal drugs like Motrin and Naprosyn, and there's all kinds of these things. Even aspirin is considered a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, Clinaril and Indocin, and there's really zillions of these things, probably 20 or so different non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that people get, and every year there's 70 million prescriptions for these types of drugs, and despite their reputation for safety, they do come, as all drugs do, with serious side effects. Some serious side effects, some not so serious side effects, but side effects nonetheless, including death, by the way. Every year, 100,000 people are hospitalized as a result of these drugs. Every year, 15,000 people die from these drugs. They're linked to side effects from cardiovascular health issues, and they can increase your risk for heart attacks, digestive complications, hearing loss, kidney disease. They're drugs, folks. We tend to think that these non-steroidal drugs like Motrin and aspirin are benign, but they are still drugs. And while they may suppress inflammation and provide relief from pain, they exemplify what is wrong with how we address inflammation from the pharmaco-medical model's point of view. You see, the key to dealing with inflammation is not to suppress it. It's to figure out why it's there. Inflammation is our friend. Inflammation is a protective response. It's the way the body sequesters a damaged area. It's like an airbag in your car. It's like a beaver's dam blocking off a damaged or deteriorating part of the body. To figure out what inflammation is and what anti-inflammation is about, we really have to backtrack to toxicity and nutrition. Inflammation is, at the end of the day, the sign that something is wrong in the body, the sign that there's a toxic part of the body or a damaged part of the body. It's the way the body stops the spread of deterioration or damage and quarantines a specific area for healing. Whenever you got inflammation, you've got something that the body is trying to protect itself from. And while the inflammatory response is mediated by chemicals, we still don't want to suppress those chemicals. We want to figure out why they're there in the first place, and we can use nutrition to help the body do its healing and protective work. The quintessential iconic molecules of inflammation and anti-inflammation are the essential fats, essential fatty acids, longevity's ultimate EFAs. They're natural anti-inflammatories. The ultimate EFAs are must-haves for everybody, but especially if you are dealing with a chronic degenerative illness, i.e. a chronic degenerative inflammatory illness. Now, of course, the ultimate EFAs are involved in much more than taking care of inflammation. EFAs are a storage form of energy. They're a key structural components for cells. If you're deficient in your EFAs, your cells will self-destruct. EFAs are also important for making moisture factors in the skin. EFAs are important for the immune system. They're important for dealing with cancer and heart disease, which of course are inflammatory health issues. The EFAs, your ultimate EFAs, are used to activate proteins that are involved in skin health and heart health and circulatory health. These things are uber important. Of course, they're part of the mighty 90 essential nutrients. But the most important thing for the ultimate EFAs, the most important role for the ultimate EFAs in the body is how they control inflammation and anti-inflammation. One of the most significant places where these inflammatory effects show up is in the blood. Today we have a huge and unfortunately underappreciated epidemic of clotted, coagulated blood. I call it dirty blood. But its physiologic effects show up as clotting. The number 3 best-selling drug as of 2013 was a drug called Plavix, worth nearly $5 billion a year. In 2015, it was replaced by Xarelto, thanks to marketing and celebrity race car drivers and comedians. Nonetheless, blood coagulation or anticoagulation drugs are huge business. But guess what? Blood thickening and blood thinning is about inflammation and anti-inflammation, and it follows blood toxicity, pure and simple. It's dirty blood, and it's an epidemic, even though it's not diagnosed as such. And just like behind all chronic long-term degenerative diseases, you will find inflammation. Behind all long-term chronic degenerative diseases, you will find inflamed blood, i.e. dirty blood, i.e. coagulated, sticky, clotted blood. If you're dealing with arrhythmias, angina, blood clots, you are dealing with dirty blood. And that's where your ultimate EFAs, essential fatty acids, come in. That's where your Beyond Tangy Tangerine comes in. That's where the Fucoid Z comes in, by the way, which is wonderfully anti-inflammatory and blood thinning as well. And don't forget your digestive enzymes, ultimate enzymes, and your ultimate nightly essence with enzymes both have blood thinning anti-inflammatory effects as well. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. Got lines open for you. We want to hear from you in the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. We'll be back with more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
The antioxidants found in many fruits and vegetables are known to help support and promote good health. Research has also shown that dark chocolate, once known as the food of the gods, is rich in healthy nutrients. In fact, dark chocolate is higher in antioxidant content than any other food. Longevity has combined a proprietary blend of velvety rich dark chocolate with whole fruit pulp and whole fruit juice extracts from mangosteen, goji or wolfberry, acai berry, and cherry, along with vitamins and minerals, producing a smooth, rich, delectable concentrate called Cocogevity. It tastes so great, I sometimes drink it right out of the bottle or pour it over ice cream. Cocogevity is highly bioavailable, meaning your body will absorb and make use of all of these healthy nutrients. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I got to tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
All right, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. Thank you for joining us. I'm a nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements rather than toxic pharmaceutical drugs. Never did like the idea of using prescription drugs to do anything to heal the body. There are times when you need prescription drugs, of course. There's times when you need antibiotics. There's certainly times when you need pain pills. But the problem is when we rely on prescription drugs to deal with long-term chronic illnesses, which at the end of the day are really the end result of something that we're doing, something basically that we're putting into our body. And that's where nutritional supplementation comes in. Good nutrition, as I like to say, is good medicine. Get yourself on the Mighty 90 essential nutrients no matter what your health challenge is, and watch what happens. If you're like most people, your blood pressure will drop, your weight will drop, your appetite will become reduced, and you're just going to feel better. All right, 831-685-1080 is our number. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552, toll free. Got lines open for you. I'll be sitting in for the next 45 minutes or so with my good friend and colleague, Douglas Winfrey. Hello there, Doug.
Well, good to have you back on the show. And I found this story interesting. It's a CBS News story headlined, Colorectal Cancer Rates Rising in Gen X and Millennials, study finds. Say colorectal cancer had been declining overall in the U.S. since the mid-1980s, but in some age groups it's continuing to rise. A study led by scientists at the American Cancer Society highlights this increase in Generation Xers and Millenials, up to including people in their early 50s. Say compared to people born around 1950, those born in 1990 have double the risk of colon cancer and quadruple the risk of rectal cancer. This is all published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute, and the lead researcher is Rebecca Siegel of the American Cancer Society. She's quoted as saying, "We've known for some time that there's been a lot of progress against colorectal cancer. This is largely driven by rates in older people who are more likely to be diagnosed with cancer, and a lot of it is because of the uptick in screening. But it's also been assumed that the underlying risk for the disease was also declining. Several studies have come out in recent years indicating that colorectal cancer rates are increasing in people under the age of 50. Latest study, her and her team analyzed data from more than 490,000 cases of colorectal cancer in patients aged 20 and older from 1974 through 2013. They used what's called a age period cohort modeling, a tool designed to disentangle factors that influence all age groups, such as changes in medical practice procedures from factors that vary by generation, such as in behavior that may affect the health. Study results show that decreasing since 1974, colon cancer incident rates increased 1 to 2% from the mid-1980s through 2013 in adults ages 20 to 39. And adults 40 to 54, rates increased 0.05 to 1% from the mid-1990s through 2013. You say rectal cancer rates have been rising even longer and faster than colon cancer. Researchers found incidence rates arose a little over 3% per year in adults aged 20 to 39 from 74 to 13. The same pace in those 30 to 39 from 1980 to 2013. I just found that interesting. Now, I know that in the past they had kind of linked colon cancer to a sedentary lifestyle, and I'm wondering if this increase in
They're sitting more
because they're all the screen time.
I wonder if it has to do with the diagnosis, though. Does it say that they're diagnosing it more, or they're saying
they're just finding more cases?
That could be that everybody's getting their screenings done. I wonder.
It could be, but I don't see a lot of 20-year-olds getting screenings for colon cancer.
That's a good point. That's a terrible thing. And I do know some folks who are not in their 20s, but in their 30s and 40s who had colon cancer and had to have part of their colons removed. I'm telling you, Douglas, focusing on digestive health is not just important to eliminate or to reduce the likelihood of chronic degenerative disease. It's important for reducing the risk of misery. And you don't have to have colon cancer, God forbid, to be dealing with colon misery. Digestive health issues affect 80 million Americans. 1 out of 4 people are dealing with some kind of digestive health problem. And it's so tragic to me, Doug, because you know what the cure for all digestive problems is? Don't digest anything. Just don't eat. If you stop eating, you're not going to have a digestive problem. Now, I know you got to eat. I'm not saying never eat again, but be careful what you eat, number one. And number 2, eat less. Almost every study that's ever been done on longevity shows definitively that caloric restriction is associated with longer life. And when it comes to colon health, caloric restriction is responsible for giving your colon a break. How often do we give our digestive system a break? And that's where there's another very important strategy, not just caloric restriction, but another very important strategy that we should all be implementing if we're interested in good health, particularly if you're dealing with a chronic long-term illness, including cancer. And I'll tell you what that is when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. Got lines open, 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080, or 888-379-2552. We're coming back with more good health information on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program on the CBS Radio Network.
Aromatherapy oils have been prized by ancient cultures for thousands of years. Longevity's ancient legacy, true aromatherapy, is no exception. Essential oils are the fragrant life essence from plants that are gently removed through the process of steam distillation. Longevity's ancient legacy essential oils are of the purest concentrations from the most respected and ethical distillers worldwide. Many ancient legacy oils come directly from families in the East which have been distilling essential oils for over 100 years. Keep Ancient Legacy's tea tree oil in your medicine chest for first aid. Tea tree oil is great for soothing the itching and stinging associated with insect bites, burns, scrapes, and other skin irritations. It's also effective as an antiseptic. To learn more about aromatherapy and essential oils, contact your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about business opportunities.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Pharmacist Ben and Doug Winfrey sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. Got lines open for you, 888-379-2552, toll free. Got lines open for you there, too, if you have questions about the Longevity products or business, or if you have a success story you'd like to share, if you want to contribute to the conversation, if you've got a health challenge you or a loved one may be dealing with and you want some help, or you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program like the one designed by Dr. Wallach, we can help you. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, or 888-379-2552. Before we went to break, we were talking about colon disease, colon cancer specifically, and I'll tell you what, there's no good disease, there's no good health challenge, but the last system that you ever want to go awry, the last system that you ever want to get messed up is your colon and your digestive system. It is misery beyond belief. Now, we talked before we went to break about using caloric restriction, keeping your calories down. That is so important. You know, I always say, and I tease a little bit when I say, if you can't have a digestive problem if you're not digesting food. Obviously, you have to eat, but we can all keep our calories down. When we were on break, Doug, you were saying how you've gone down to 2 meals a day, right? Are you suffering? Do you feel like it's
Not
a
really.
struggle to go 2 meals a
Occasionally,
day?
you get a little bit of stomach growl in the middle of the day, but I just usually drink a glass of water or something, and it goes away.
That's why we have Swero V. Swero V is the ideal fasting and ideal caloric restriction nutrient or supplement. It's formulated by Jordan Rubin, who actually cured himself of Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis or some horrible colon problem. And he formulated the Swero V product to provide probiotics, good bacteria, its fermented whey, as well as sodium and potassium. It makes an ideal snack in the middle of the day for folks who are trying to lower their calories. And it's also ideal for what I consider to be the single most important longevity strategy and an amazingly important strategy for folks dealing with colon illness in addition to caloric restriction. And it's called intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent means that you fast just once in a while. Maybe once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks, and you always mix the days up. But intermittent fasting, make no mistake about it, is an absolutely powerful, powerful longevity and illness-reducing strategy. I don't want to say cure, but strategy. Reading from, this is from Baselines of Health Foundation, Fewer Daily Calories for a Longer Life. And this is based on a study that was done from the National Institute of Aging in Bethesda, Maryland. Eating fewer calories was associated with a potential lifespan increase of 18 years. Eating fewer calories for a longer life. For diabetics, fasting diet regenerates diabetic pancreas. The pancreas can be triggered to regenerate itself through a type of fasting, say U.S. researchers. This is published in the journal Cell. How do you like that? You can actually regenerate a diabetic pancreas by going on a fasting diet. Another article, this one from University of Southern California, fasting mimicking diet may reverse diabetes. And this is both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Folks, do not let a medical professional tell you that you are condemned to medication for the rest of your life when you have these simple, easy strategies that you can employ. And if you have a problem fasting, you have a problem doing intermittent fasting, or even if you have a problem with caloric restriction, nutritional supplementation can go a long way towards making it easy for you to lower your calories. Why? Because there's a lot of times when we eat because we're missing nutrients. And this is why when folks get on a good nutritional supplement program, when you get on the Healthy Start Pack or even the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, one of the things you notice is you don't feel like eating as much. And along with that, of course, you lose weight. And based on all the studies that I've seen, you'll also increase your longevity. Get on a good nutritional supplement program, restrict your calories, move your body around a little bit, make sure you're practicing deep breathing. Folks, these are the simple, easy things we can all do to improve our quality of life, to increase our longevity, and God forbid if we're dealing with some kind of long-term health challenge, to improve our body's ability to heal itself. And make no mistake about it, the body heals itself. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben, sitting in for Dr. Wallach along with Doug Winfrey. We'll take a commercial break and then come to your phone calls at 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552 toll free. Got lines open for you. We'll be back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program right after this.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Longevity home-based business opportunities.
This is the ZBS Radio Network.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. Got lines open at 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080, or toll-free, 888-379-2552, 888-379-2552. If you have questions about anything we're speaking about here today, intermittent fasting or caloric restriction, God forbid if you have a health challenge that you want help dealing with, or if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. And I think it's time to hit the phones. What do you say, Douglas? Let's get our first phone call of the day.
All right, sounds good. Let's head to Mississippi. And Mary, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Mississippi Mary, what's going on? Good morning. Good afternoon.
I have been taking different products from
Mary, I need you to speak up, sweetheart. Can you speak louder or into the phone?
Okay.
There you go.
I needed to know what to do. I have been bleeding through the skin too easily.
Bleeding through the skin, or you have bruising on the skin?
I bleed through the skin, and of course it does look like bruises.
Okay, yeah, I got you. A couple of things that you want to think about. When you have, and this is not uncommon actually, when you have chronic bruising or redness on the surface of the skin due to leaky blood, and sometimes it can show up under the eyes, purpling under the eyes and such, you're dealing with problems, defects in the integrity and the strength of the blood vessels, at least partially dealing with this. So you want to start building up the blood vessels. This is very common. The blood vessels are made up of something called connective tissue. You may have heard of the term connective tissue. And connective tissue, which includes substances like collagen and hyaluronic acid, makes up 25% of our body. Our bones are connective tissue. The blood itself is connective tissue. The blood vessels are connective tissue. The stuff that keeps our skin from wrinkling is connective tissue. And as we get older, along with everything else in the body, the connective tissue starts to break down. When this happens, you can start dealing with wrinkles or osteoporosis. One of the things that can happen when the connective tissue breaks down is you can start getting blood leaking out of the vessels. So what you want to do is you want to strengthen that connective tissue. This is true for folks dealing with wrinkles, folks who are dealing with bruising, or folks dealing with osteoporosis, or if you're just dealing with the kind of shriveling effect that occurs with aging. Number one, get on the glucogel caps. And every time you do your glucogel cap, make sure, or a couple of glucogel caps, make sure you do a little Beyond Tangy Tangerine with it, because the BTT, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, has vitamin C, and vitamin C activates or turns on the production of connective tissue. So your glucosamine, your glucogel caps, will provide you with the raw material for building connective tissue. The vitamin C will ignite the process. BTT with your glucogel caps. Make sure you're using your Ultimate EFAs, 9 a day. You can't make connective tissue without essential fats. The Ultimate EFAs, of course, will get you your EFAs, your essential fats. And then if it were me, I'd be using my Ultimate Enzymes and my Nightly Essence every day to make sure you're absorbing your nutrients from your food. If you're eating protein but you're not absorbing the protein, that's not going to do you any good. So make sure you're using your Ultimate Enzymes. Always a little bit of apple cider vinegar with your Ultimate Enzymes. It helps turn them on. And then, in addition, you might try the Ultimate Nightly Essence. Last but not least, I love the Fucoid Z, not only because it's important for building connective tissue, but Fucoid Z also acts like a blood cleanser and a blood tonic, and that can help you as well. Thanks for your call, Mary. Hope we helped you out, and good luck with everything. Let me just say one last thing. You might try some good old homemade chicken soup with the bone, with the cartilage, dissolving the bone in the water as you're making your chicken soup, provides the liquid with the connective tissue building components that are in the cartilage and in the bone. And always put a little apple cider vinegar or lime juice in your homemade chicken soup. That helps dissolve the cartilage and can help improve your body's ability to access and leverage those nutrients. Thanks for your call, Mary. Hope we helped you out. Who's next in line? Douglas?
Let's head to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Stephanie, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, good afternoon.
Greetings.
I've been on dialysis for a year and a half. I'm 29 now. I've had this issue since, I've been dealing with kidney issues since I was 4. I was leaking protein at that age. They discovered this.
Oh, my goodness.
And then at 7...
Angela, we got to take a commercial break. I'm going to help you with your dialysis, though, and with your kidney issues. So don't go away, all right? We got to take a quick commercial. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Doc today. You're listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got lines open, 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. Toll free. We'll be back right after this.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got lines open, 831-685-1080, 831-685-1080. That's our priority line number, 888-379-2552. Toll free if you have questions about the Youngevity products or business or formulations or ingredients or health challenge you or a loved one may be dealing with. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number, 888-379-2552. Toll free. We're talking to Stephanie in Philadelphia. Are you there, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, so you're 22, you said, right?
29.
Oh, you're 29. I'm sorry. And you're 29. And you're on dialysis. That's way too young. The good news is that you're young.
Peritoneal dialysis.
That's a bummer. That is a total bummer. 4.5 million Americans have kidney disease. Some 600,000+ are dealing with kidney failure. It is a serious problem, and you can rest that whole issue on the doorstep of what we talked about at the beginning of the program, that is dirty blood. The kidneys filter the blood. This is the job of the kidneys. They're a spaghetti strainer for the blood. And as the blood goes through the spaghetti strainer called the kidneys, as if the blood is dirty, if the blood is toxic, and it gets dirty from food, it gets dirty from sugar, it gets dirty from drugs and toxicity. If the blood is dirty, it's going to clog up the kidney, and this is the major cause of kidney disease and kidney failure. Now, you've had it, told me you've had kidney problems since you were a baby, since you were a child, 4 years old. And that tells me,
4.
That tells me that you've had some serious blood issues going on for a long period of time. So here's what you're going to need to do, my dear. First and foremost, you've got to have some major, I'm not talking minor, I mean major, serious digestive health issues, and you've probably had them your whole life, at least since you were a little kid. You got to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you.
I even have constipation and skin issues too. Like I have keratosis pilaris. I have
all of that is
lichen simplex chronicus.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're going to take care of all this, my dear. All right. It's all coming from the digestive system. And this is the most important thing for you to understand. The skin is responsive to digestive health. The kidneys are responsive to digestive health. And if you've been constipated for a long period of time, you can't help but have dirty blood. Clean the digestive system up by getting on a food. First, you want to fast for a couple of days or do a Suero-V cleanse. Perhaps you heard us talk about the Suero-V earlier. Half a bottle of Suero-V, that's spelled Suerovie. I'm not just talking to Stephanie, by the way. Anybody dealing with digestive health issues, do a Suero-V cleanse where you do half a bottle of Suero-V every hour for maybe 2 or 3 days. If you do 3 days, that's great. Try to do at least 2 days. Then when you start eating again, Stephanie, or anybody out there who wants to do this Suero-V cleanse, when you start eating again, pick one food, preferably your favorite food, and see what happens. What you're going to notice is that foods that you're used to eating, that you've been eating all your life, are going to make your digestive system feel yucky. You're going to feel worse. You may be bloated, you may be crampy, you may be clogged up or constipated. That's a food. When you find a food that causes those kinds of issues, that's a food that goes on the do not eat list. Just like they have a do not fly list for terrorists or people they suspect of terrorism, you're going to have a do not eat list. And those are going to be foods that you don't eat, you stay away from. And you keep doing this until you find a list of foods that are causing problems. You eliminate all those foods. Then you're going to want to start to use foods that help stabilize and protect the digestive system. Soups are especially valuable. Like I was talking with our last caller, I love homemade chicken soup as a wonderful anti-aging tool, a source of protein, and also for soothing and coating the digestive tract. Make sure you're using homemade chicken soup, and that should be your main source of calories, homemade chicken soup. Get somebody to make it for you. If you can't make it yourself, it's real easy. Just drop a prepared chicken, a rotisserie chicken, organic preferably, into a pot of water and let it boil away the meat and simmer it for maybe 12 to 24 hours. And then put spices and put your veggies in there and just use that as a main source of nutrition. Also, your Fucoid Z can help. That has a wonderful soothing effect on the digestive system. Use your ultimate niacin. Niacin is very important for opening up the blood vessels. Blood vessels tend to be clogged and dirty when you have kidney disease. Get on the healthy heart and brain pack, as well as the Ultimate Classic Daily. And don't forget, absolutely don't forget to keep your digestive system pristine. Last but not least, if you have diabetes or you have any blood sugar problems, keeping your intake of carbohydrates or fast-burning carbohydrates like bread and pasta and potatoes down to a minimum, and then throw in some of your sweeties and your ultimate selenium as well. God bless you, Stephanie. Good luck with everything. That's got to be a total
Doc would also recommend that she get on a gluten-free diet because of the skin issues and her constipation. That's an indication she's probably got a gluten intolerance problem, so she needs to cut all wheat, barley, rye, and oats out of her diet.
You know what, Doug? I'd say all grains and flours. I would say gluten. You're absolutely right. Gluten is a big problem, but I'd say all grains and flours. But do the food diary and see if you can notice what kind of foods are causing problems. But gluten is always a problem for folks. So are legumes, that is beans and peanuts. Sometimes almonds are a problem for folks. Eggs can be a problem. Sometimes dairy can be a problem as well. Thanks for pointing that out, Douglas. And let's see if we get one more call before our break, Doug.
Okay, let's head to California. And Maria, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Maria.
Yes. Hi, hello. I wanted to ask how to treat Wilson's disease.
I'm sorry, say that again, Maria. I didn't catch that.
Wilson's disease.
I'm having a hard time. Doug, did you hear that? Wilson's disease?
Wilson's disease.
Wilson's disease.
It's
Okay.
very rare.
Yeah, I know what Wilson's disease is. It's all, you know what, unfortunately, I hate to tell you, it's not all that rare. It used to be rare, but more and more people are getting Wilson's disease. Is that your issue, or you know somebody who's got it?
Yeah, I have my son, and the thing is, they are telling me not to give him certain things, and then they are going to return him to a big hospital.
Maria, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Are you on a speaker? Can you speak into the phone?
Yes. They're going to send him to a big hospital to try to remove the copper. But I think that the side effects of the treatment are just terrible, so I wanted to know if there's
Wilson's
any
disease.
other alternative.
Wilson's disease is not a copper disease; it's a liver disease. Okay, now it causes copper accumulates in the liver, and so they'll treat it as if it's a copper problem, but really it is a liver problem. The liver is not clearing out copper as effectively. The liver is a digestive organ, among other things. In fact, the liver does lots of things, but its main role is to help your body purify foods and purify what you've ingested. So you want to focus on liver health. And there's lots of ways to do that. First and foremost, because the liver is processing food and food components, you want to do everything that we just talked about with our last caller, Stephanie, and that is do a Swear V cleanse for a couple of days, and then start to look for foods that cause problems. Does that make sense, my dear? Maria, foods that cause problems, you want to eliminate them. If it's you who has I didn't hear if you said it was you, who has the Wilson's disease, you have to know that there are foods that are causing problems for you. You have to know that you're bloated or you're constipated or something's wrong with how you're digesting or absorbing or utilizing food. Do a Swear V cleanse, and then do a elimination diet where you pick one type of food and then eliminate them. As Doug pointed out, gluten is almost always a problem for people. Dairy, eggs, peanuts, soy, legumes, all of these can be issues. So do a Swear V cleanse, and then what we call the elimination diet. Get on the nightly essence. Very important for liver health. There's a major relationship between intestinal health and liver health. The bugs or the bacteria or the probiotics that live in the intestine are constantly communicating to the liver. So when your probiotics or your good bacteria are off inside your intestine, that can cause liver problems. Get on the nightly essence. Use 9 capsules a day, or at least 6 capsules a day. I prefer anywhere from 6 to 9 capsules. Get yourself a good source of fiber. Vegetable juices are a wonderful way to get fiber, not just because of the fiber, but vegetable juices also provide nitrates for the intestine to help feed the good bacteria. And, of course, you'll get the plant nutrients, so do vegetable juices as much as possible. Get on the Healthy Start Pack, 9 capsules a day, very important. Of the ultimate EFAs, essential fats, are critical for liver health. And then the ultimate selenium also plays a role in liver health. If you have any blood sugar issues, and the chances are very good that you do, your ultimate selenium will help. Ultimate selenium acts like insulin. It's actually an insulin supporting supplement. Of course, your chromium, vanadium, and your sweeties will also help you with your blood sugar. And all of the nutrients in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, most especially thiamine and vitamin B1 thiamine and vitamin B3 niacin, can also help you. So focus on the liver. Don't worry about the copper as much. Focus on liver health. Last but not least, the zinc that you'll get in your Beyond Tangy Tangerine helps balance out copper. And, as copper accumulates, zinc tends to become deficient. So make sure you're using your BTT, your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, to get your zinc, among other nutrients. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it, Maria. Hope we helped you out. We're going to take a commercial break and come back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Got lines open, 831-685-1080 or 888-379-2552. I'm Pharmacist Ben, along with Doug Winfrey, sitting in for Dr. Wallach today. We'll be back after this.
Imagine a rich, decadent chocolate that's actually good for you. Youngevity's Triple Treat chocolate is just that. An antioxidant-rich dark chocolate complete with probiotics to aid in proper digestion. This all-natural product contains no preservatives, and for those with dietary restrictions, it's gluten-free, dairy-free, glycemic-friendly, and kosher certified. Not only does Triple Treat dark chocolate taste fantastic, it contains super antioxidant blueberries to absorb free radicals with an ORAC value of 16,936 per piece. Triple Treat chocolate also contains a proprietary blend of probiotics with over 500 million live healthy bacteria per 8 grams at the time of manufacture, with 80% reaching the intestines, which is much more than most live culture yogurts. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Longevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Longevity's JavaFit selection of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America. All are carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. For an extra boost, try JavaFit's Energy Extreme 62, a proprietary blend of nutrients including Cambogia, green tea extract, an extra shot of caffeine, and niacin, designed to support metabolism and enhance physical performance. Available in single cup or single pot packs. Contact your local Longevity distributor to get Jovolution coffees. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, we are back on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie program. Pharmacist Ben and Doug Winfrey sitting in for Doc. 831-685-1080 is our priority line number. 888-379-2552 toll free. Who's next in line, Doug?
All right, let's head to Missouri. And Billy, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
Hey, Billy.
How's it going?
How's it going out there in Missouri? What's cooking today?
Well, I've got some questions with my girlfriend. We haven't been able to figure out what's wrong with her. We've been to 30 different doctors, but she's having bad abdominal pain, and it's like real bad in her abdomen, and it moves to her back.
Okay.
And she's constantly, anytime, she's never hungry, lost appetite, and when she is hungry, she can only eat a little bit, and then she pukes it up about 30, 40 minutes after, and she's puking up blood with it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. All right. This is serious then. This is nothing to mess around with, all right? You got to stop eating for a couple, or she has to stop eating for a couple of days. It's not a choice at this point. You got to give your digestive system, or she has to give her digestive system a break, a food holiday, I call it. If she absolutely positively cannot fast, get her on a Swero V cleanse. Do half a bottle of Swero V every hour for 2 or 3 days. This is a must, Billy. This is not optional at this point. The digestive system has to stop working for a couple of days. When she starts eating again, pick her favorite food and watch what happens. Almost guaranteed she's going to notice that her favorite food creates a problem. At this point, a lot of foods are going to create problems. Whatever foods that you notice that cause bloating or discomfort or pain or nausea or any of those things, any of those symptoms have to be eliminated. In the meantime, she's got to get nourished. One of the things that happens when the digestive system breaks down is not only do we have the issues with the digestive system, but now we've got issues with nutrient malabsorption, so any symptom is possible. Blood symptoms, heart symptoms, brain symptoms. She's got to have chronic fatigue. She's got to feel tired all the time, probably dealing with brain fog as well. When she starts eating again, have her do vegetable juices as much as possible. Get yourself a Vitamix or a NutriBullet or a Ninja, something that keeps the fiber, because the fiber is very important. And then also the bones, what I call bone soup or chicken soup with the cartilage. Then we're going to want to start to heal the gut, keeping in mind that when she's got long-term digestive problems, she's also malnourished. It is critical that she gets on the Mighty 90 essential nutrients, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. because the BTT, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, is liquid, so it will bypass a lot of her digestive health issues and it'll get those nutrients right into her blood. So make sure she's doing her BTT. I'd be sipping on it all day long. And then also the Fucoid Z, which can have a nice soothing effect on the digestive tract as well. You're going to want her on the Ultimate Nightly Essence, 6 to 9 capsules a day. And then it wouldn't hurt her also to use her Ultimate Enzymes with a little bit of apple cider vinegar after all her meals. Job number 1, however, is to figure out what foods are causing the problem and to give her digestive system a break, do a Swear V cleanse for a couple of days, and then do the elimination diet as a precursor to all of the supplements I just told you about, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Healthy Start Pack, the Ultimate Nightly Essence, the Ultimate Enzymes, and then a little bit of apple cider vinegar with your meals. And don't forget your chicken soup and your vegetable juices as well. Thanks so much for your call, Billy. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out. And let's see if we get one more call in. What do you say, Doug?
All right, let's head to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And Cynthia, you're on with Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, and we got to go quick.
Hey, Cynthia, real quickly, what's going on?
A father who's about 85 who had colon cancer and a kidney removed and a lot of radiation, and he was in the hospital just about a month ago. I had pneumonia, and they were saying that some of the radiation treatment may have caused some problems because now he has, he's early signs of dementia and Alzheimer's and all of those. So, and I've had him on Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0.
How much are you giving him? How much of the Beyond Tangy are you giving him?
He's drinking 2 mixtures a day.
2 scoops a day?
In the morning. Yes.
Have him do. He's going to urinate out what he doesn't use right away. So by the end of the day or the middle of the day, he may be deficient. So have him do 1 scoop in the morning and then 1 scoop in the afternoon, or have him sip on it all day long. Ideally, if he can do that, make sure 100% positively that he's using fermented food and your Ultimate Nightly Essence as well. Continue him on the BTT and the Healthy Start Pack if you can. If you can get him the chicken soup, the bone soup that we've been talking about all day today, that would help too, because he's probably, as I was saying earlier, malnourished. This is so important, you guys. If you've had a part of your colon removed, if you're dealing with leaky gut syndrome, if you have any digestive health issues, not only are you having a problem with your digestive system, but now because of malabsorption of nutrients, your health issues can tumble out of control. Please, please, please get on the BTT, get on the Healthy Start Pack, use your Ultimate Nightly Essence. And, of course, if you have any digestive health issues, the Fucoid Z and the Ultimate Enzymes can also be very helpful for you. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program. I'm Pharmacist Ben, for Doug Winfrey, for Doc Wallach, for all the folks at the ZBS Radio Network. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.